Note for all text, my jump is bound to scroll wheel. So look at the bottom right for information on that. When you are running, your first step is silent. You can look at the minimap circle on the top left to see if I'm making noise. And you see that the noise only comes a bit after I start running. What this means is that you can run in bursts. Now, this isn't useful normally, but when you combine it with peeking things, it means that if I wanted to, say, peek this angle without making noise, instead of holding shift and coming out slowly, I should just do a run peek. Notice I'm not holding shift on the keyboard, I'm doing a run peek, so I'm peeking with the speed as if I'm full running, but I'm not making noise, right? That's a lot faster than if I were to hold shift for it and peek it like that. So you can come around the map shift walking, and then whenever you want to peek a specific angle, you come to it, do a burst of run, where it doesn't make noise, and then you go piece by piece. I'm going to use that kind of first step running to set the next tech. So assuming you watched my bhop video or know how to bhop before, I'll link to it and put the little description thing. Then we can use that run start to start a bhop up this ramp. So if I go into that silent run start and I'm going to go into a bhop, just holding shift while I do it. Notice that the hop is silent, so I can ascend the ramp a lot faster than if I were to just shift walk up normally without the downside of making noise going up it. So I step into it running, and then I go into a bhop while holding shift. Using the same technique that I showed in the jump spotting video, I'll link to that as well, we can grab orbs without having to stand still for the most of the time. So instead of doing this to grab the orb, I'm going to approach the orb, jump, and then do the movement of a jump spot, but just while holding the grab orb button. And notice that I'm allowed to keep holding the orb as long as I don't go too far away from it. Which means that you're not like standing still, crouched for as long. This same tech applies to defusing the bomb, which means you can come up to the bomb, start defusing it, do that air strafe in the middle of defusing it, and it'll keep you on the bomb. If you listen carefully, it makes a noise when you land significantly after you start holding it as well, so that could possibly bait out a footstep, and they might think you're off the bomb from hearing that footstep. Next thing is for all rope movement. When you go to leave a rope, if you notice that when I grab it, it pulls me into the center, and then I can start going up and down, right? I walk up to the rope, I grab it, pulls me into the center. If you have your jump on scroll wheel or just tap quick enough, you can jump off the rope before it pulls you into the center, right? In this case, I'm leaving the rope before it's pulled me into the center. So a lot of hard jumps will have you go jump past the rope out to like here, and then grab the rope and immediately press jump, which you'll need scroll wheel for.
There.
And that makes you go much further. Imagine I'm in a 1v1 and I want to wrap around to get to the guy defusing the bomb, or who is going to tap the bomb, something like that. Instead of coming off on this rope and slowly working my way down, I can fast fall it like this. Much faster. What I'm doing here is I'm walking towards the rope, I'm falling off holding shift, grabbing the rope at the very bottom of it. Where you grab doesn't exactly matter, but it should be pretty low, and immediately jumping off with scroll wheel while holding shift. If you don't have a rope and you need to drop down somewhere, they will hear the noise of you dropping, obviously. You have a few options for this. You can do a fake drop by jumping in place, but note that when you do that, it makes a different sound depending on what surface you're landing on. So good players will know the difference between jumping here, and they'll hear that difference and understand you didn't fall down. So to counter that, what we do is we jump in place and shoot right as we land. Now that bullet kind of covers the sound of you falling on which surface I'm landing on, so it's hard to tell if I did this or if I did this. You also want to make sure that when you do that shot, don't shoot at the enemies, because then they see where your bullet is coming from. So instead of doing, I'm going to go shoot either like here or at the ground, something like this. So I would shoot here so the people in main don't see my bullet and my tracer, right? Or that I don't know if I've dropped or not. It's hard to tell. There are some spots on the map where if you drop from, you will always make noise. So looking at bench on bind, there's others, but as an example, if I shift walk out here as slow as I possibly can, I still make noise as I fall. You can fix this by crouching before I drop off and uncrouching midair. So I'm crouching, I walk off, and then I uncrouch. No sound. Crouching, walk off, uncrouch midair. There's a lot of spots in the game that are good to jump spot, especially over boxes. So if I want to jump spot showers, I might jump spot like this. I can see the showers player, but the problem is that guy in showers can hear me jump spotting, and a good player will know I'm jump spotting this, come out here, pre-aim it, and possibly headshot me. So a better way to do it is to come up to your jump spot, hold crouch before you jump up, jump, stand, and then let go. Hold crouch, jump, stand midair. Now I make no sound, and I'm free to jump spot without being pre-aimed afterwards. You can also add some left and right movement to make it harder to be shot anyway. Most of the hard jumps in the game require a uncrouch at the precise time. To get the timing of the jump right, you want to run up to the box, jump, crouch in the air, and then uncrouch at the very peak of your jump. Okay, walk into the box, jump, uncrouch at the very peak of your jump. This tech is mandatory for learning most difficult jumps in the game, especially ones like this. If I've missed any movement techs that you know about and want to share, feel free to leave in a comment and I'll add it to a video in the future. Thanks for watching.